I don't think that cat likes water. Why is that cat going away? It's okay, kid. Just sitting or pissing? Okay. That cat's sitting or pissing? Alright. Hey, Dale?
I think it's tan.
Oh. Yeah, I think it's good. Now, yeah. I'm going all right. Yeah, go for it.
I took her phone out of her hand to look at what she was doing, but I couldn't open that. I couldn't get the light to it. That's all. Is that? That's all.
Why would you do that?
Let's just hold our breath and wait and see what the cat's saying. It's just taking a long time to do that.
Really nice. Well, my dog almost dead too. What is that? Hey, Matt. Hey.
Okay. Thank you for coming by. Bye, officer. I appreciate y'all coming.
Nothing?
So that's it though, right? She has to go file the civil thing, right? Okay. Okay. Okay, I appreciate it. That's all. I was just worried. I appreciate y'all coming. Uh-huh. Okay. I'm going to close the door. They told me you have to file for an eviction. Yeah, and I told you I was going to do my time to take it. What was the point of any of this? Nothing. Yeah, and you're going to get it when I told you were going to get it, like I already told you. And if you don't file your eviction, then you can be arrested if you try to throw our stuff on the street.
I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to go file first.
Okay, well, good for you. Then I won't pay you at all.
You'll pay me if you want to pay.
Oh, no, ma'am. You just told me that you're going to do it on the first.
If you
No,
pay me,
ma'am.
I'm not.
Uh-huh.
That's what she just told me. that if you didn't pay me,
Right.
then I could go file.
Okay, but you just told me you're filing on the 1st, and you know I won't get paid by then.
You're bound to have something between
Yeah, and I
now
already
then.
told you that I was going to pay you when I got it. You act like I got money falling all over the place.
No, but you're
There was
bound,
no point to any of this, Darlene.
you're bound to have something between now and then.
Yeah, well, why should I give it to you if you're going to file for an eviction on the 1st, dear?
I'll let you pay me, I will.
Yeah, well, if I don't have it all, then it's not going to get in your hand. If you're going to file an eviction, then why would I pay you?
I'm not going to.
Do you know how long it takes to evict somebody, sweetie? 30 days.
I'm not going to file it if you pay me.
Okay. You're lying through your teeth is what you're doing. You're making all this up and trying to say I'm a freeloader. I don't know who you're telling the lies
I
to.
haven't told anybody anything.
You're lying. You got somebody listening
You're
on
the
the
one
phone or
who said you're calling
something.
me a liar, and you don't know what the hell you're
I've
talking
tasted
about.
everything you said,
I don't
Darlene.
care.
You're lying through your teeth.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
You
ma'am, you are. You are.
Well,
There was no point to any of this little charade that you and
don't
Charles
believe
put on
it.
today. You and Charles put this little charade on here, and the money situation is exactly the same as it was
Yeah,
before we
I
had
mean,
this
it's a part.
conversation. But between now and the beginning of this, what happened? Charles screaming at me, telling me to get out now.
Well,
He's
she
never
didn't.
even met my son, talking to me that way in front of my child.
She didn't say anything. They didn't even say anything about that.
That's because I didn't tell him. I could have had
I
him
did.
arrested for it.
I did. I told
Okay.
him.
Yay for you. I've got it on video if there's any question about what
I don't
happened.
care. I did tell him.
Okay, what'd you tell him?
I told him that I asked him to come here because I wanted to tell you about the.
Yeah, I don't believe a word that you say. You don't do anything but
And
lie.
he was screaming at you, and then you were hollering at him, but neither one of you rose. There was no physical
Oh,
harm.
no, he came walking over towards me, sweetheart. If he'd taken another step, it would
He
have been...
came walking over.
Oh, yeah.
Get his stuff in his.
No, he didn't. He came right over to me, and he was
was
screaming in my face.
imagination.
I got it on video. Who are you kidding at? He walked over towards me and was screaming at me, telling me to get out and all this stuff. I will get a restraining order that will make him never come here as long as my son and I live here. And that will hold up in court because I have him on video doing exactly what I just said. Everything that comes out of your mouth is a lie.
He didn't raise a hand to you.
Oh, yeah, but he would have, and I jumped right back in his and told him he better back off. And that's what made him back away because he knew I wasn't playing. You're going to put on a game like that for no reason at all, darling. There was no reason for you to upset me and my son this way, and you're sitting here playing some kind of game with your cell phone. You have somebody monitoring us or something. I don't know who you talk to on your
That's all
phone.
your imagination.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You're not going to call me crazy.
There was nobody on.
Oh, no, ma'am. You were sitting there texting on your phone, pushing buttons on it, getting on your internet. I've never even used your computer, and I've never used your cell phone either.
My mail.
No, you aren't. You're lying, Darlene.
Come over there and look.
No, ma'am. You were on your cell phone, and you were doing something on your phone. It had to do with what you... I've seen it before, Darlene. You know you weren't. You were scrolling through it, and you're pushing buttons on it over something else.
No, I wasn't.
No, this was all a setup. This little game that you and Charles played with me was a setup. That's what it was. I'm not going to pay you on the first, honey. If you're going to sit here and say you're going to evict me, you're not going to play games with me. You damn sure aren't going to do it with my son here. So you better get this straight, and you better get it straight now. You ever pull anything like this again, I will file charges against you and that piece of crap that you thought you were going to get in my face and yell at me and come over here walking towards me like he's going to hit me. I ain't a piece of shit. Yes, he did. He came over to me acting aggressively and speaking aggressively like he was going to hit me.
He's not going to hit you.
Oh, bullshit. The only reason he didn't do it was because he found out I ain't a piece of shit, honey. I grew up in Blanchard, baby. You know what we do in Blanchard? When we're bored, we fight. I ain't a coward. I sure would have. I'd have gone as far away from you as I ever could have if I knew you were going to sit here and play these ridiculous games.
Well, leave.
Well, I will, and you won't get a dime. And you know what? It'll take you 30 days to evict us. And you know what? We can stay here till the end of February, 1st of March, and never pay you a nickel, and you won't be able to do anything about it because you have to file a civil case. So how are you helping yourself by playing games like this, Darlene? You're not.
I thought we was talking, not saying anything.
All right,